Tonight we're going to showcase beginning band percussion, 6th grade, all the way up through 12th grade. So we have 5 total ensembles: our beginning percussion ensemble, our middle school concert, our middle school symphonic, our high school concert, and our high school symphonic. We also have 2 soloists that are going to play this evening for you guys. Cordamian Rockamore is going to be doing a marching snare solo, and Jackson Derman is going to be doing a 4-mallet marimba solo. So I hope you guys enjoy what these kids have put together for you tonight. First up is our beginning percussion. They're playing a piece entitled Avalanche Lake. This is kind of based on the upper northwestern part of America. Kind of gives you feelings of outdoors and mountains and rivers and valleys, and just a real fun up-tempo piece that I think you guys will really enjoy. All right. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the beginning percussion. It's fast, and they like to play fast. So that piece, I think, definitely fit them. Next, we have, so this is actually a first. Not a first for having soloists play at our percussion concert, but the first time we've had a middle school percussionist want to step up and play a solo, which I think is fantastic. In fact, both of our soloists tonight are 8th graders. So that's first for tonight. I think Jackson's going to do fantastic. This piece is entitled Manhattan, and it is written by a professor at the University of North Texas. This is kind of part of a method book, and there's a bunch of solos in there that help develop younger musicians. So I hope you guys enjoy Manhattan. All right, so I hope you enjoyed Jackson's solo. It takes a lot of courage to not only get up here with the full ensemble and not have 80 to 90 wind players standing in front of you. That takes a lot of courage, obviously, but then to step out here in front of the curtain and do what he did is very, very impressive. So what we have up next is going to be our middle school concert percussion ensemble. They're playing a piece called Free Rider. Now, this is based on a man in 2017 who scaled El Capitan and Yosemite National Park, and it was a free solo climb. And so this is going to kind of depict all those feelings and emotions that go into taking on a feat such as that. So I hope you guys enjoy Free Rider.
All right, so up next, it's going to get a little louder than it has been so far. So just prepare yourself for that. So this is Cordamian Rockmore. He'll most likely be pending auditions, but most likely be on our snare line next year with the high school drum line. He is playing a snare solo entitled Moi Wapo. Hope I'm pronouncing that correct. This is from a book that a percussion director kind of out of the Dallas area has put together, a method book for about the 7th to 8th grade level. And in the back of the book, they have some challenging solos for students to do and to play. So I hope you guys enjoy. He's going to do a little bit of warming up just to get used to the acoustics in the room, and then he will get started, okay? Hope you guys enjoy Moi Wapo. All right, I want to thank you guys for your patience as we are doing set changes. This was quite a big set change compared to the last ensemble. We'll have 2 more ensembles for you guys tonight, our our high school concert and then our high school symphonic. So thank you for those of you that have stuck it out this far from the beginning with the beginners. So our next piece is going to be performed by the middle school symphonic percussion ensemble, and their piece is entitled Blinker. And so you're going to hear just that, the blinker of a car. So I figured it was pretty appropriate for them since in about 2 years, most of them will be driving. And probably one of the most nerve-wracking situations is having to merge into traffic. And so what you'll hear is the piece will start out with the sound of a blinker as, our young student, young son and daughter is learning how to drive and gaining their independence at that point. And the piece slowly starts to build as we layer in more pieces and gets more chaotic as they are making that decision to try and merge into traffic. And then there's a slower section to where maybe we're on the highway and things are good, we're coasting, we don't have to worry, and then, okay, now time to exit again, and there goes that blinker. This piece is very, very complex. It's going to go through a lot of different meter changes where the rhythm that kind of gets the beat is going to change multiple times throughout the piece. There's a lot of different layers that go on, so I hope you guys enjoy Blinker. All right, let's go. We need to make it look exactly like the rest. You got this, buddy. How many? We'll go ahead. All right, here we go. If you don't need it, get it out of the way. Come on, everybody, get out of the way. All right, hope you guys enjoyed Blinker. There's obviously a lot going on, a lot of different instruments, a lot of different sounds and rhythms happening all at the same time. So now we're going to move on to our high school concert. Now these guys, we kind of halfway through preparing for this concert needed to punt for various reasons. And so I threw them a new piece and I was like, we have to have this ready in 2 weeks. And so they took on that challenge and they got it ready in 2 weeks. And that piece is called Taiko, Children of the Drum. So it kind of has a Japanese taiko samurai kind of feel to it. And I think you guys will really enjoy Taiko. All right, again, I want to reiterate how much I appreciate y'all sticking it out to the end. I know we're scrambling back there. I need to have like a behind-the-scenes shot so you guys can kind of see what's actually going on, because there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different instruments getting moved everywhere. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far. I know they've enjoyed getting to perform for you guys. Our last and final piece is entitled Power Struggle. And this is kind of, what I like about this concert is it shows you, much similar to our spring concerts, it kind of shows you the development from day one or year one all the way to their final year and kind of the progress they make as musicians. So what you're about to see is our top percussion ensemble. This is the best percussionists that we have in our program. And the theme Power Struggle is a struggle between drums and mallets, which every time I test beginners, everybody wants to play the drums. And they don't think about, oh, it's kind of piano as well. So this piece is a cool, battle between mallets are cool, no drums are cool, no mallets are cool. So back and forth the whole time, hence the name Power Struggle. I'm going to kill some more time while they're setting up. Just want to talk about how just impressed I am by all of your children that are involved with this percussion program. Everything you're seeing on this stage is extracurricular. Thursday night, I need to do this plug. We'll be having our Atlanta Band's spring concert, so you'll see the beginners, all the beginners, Mr. T's concert band, Mrs. T's symphonic band, my concert band, and then Mr. Sanders' symphonic band. And so you'll get the entirety of how our winds develop, starting with Mr. B's group and then ending with Mr. Sanders. But these kids put in a lot of extra time to prepare another concert on top of the spring concert that they are already responsible for. And this year at the high school especially, we did something we've never done before, and that is have our percussion concert before the spring concert. So I told the kids that means there is zero time that we will have during the band class period to work on this music. So all preparation is done after school. We meet once a week for 1 hour, which comes out to around 10 rehearsals if you take out all the breaks and anytime the water decides to go out on us. And so it does come out to about 10. So what you saw from the high school concert and what you see from the high school symphonic, it's complete extra time on their part. And these kids are involved in everything, golf, track, powerlifting, you name it. And so it's really impressive that they're able to set aside some time to make this possible. So that always really impresses me that they're able to put in that kind of extra time that I ask of them. So I think they're about wrapped up. I've got 4 seniors I just want to say a little something about. These kids, when I first picked them, it was my first year to pick beginners. I'd never done it before. I kind of had an idea of what I thought would make a good beginning percussionist. So I've never told them this, but I always kind of think of them as like my Bad News Bears kind of group that's kind of made their way through the percussion program. But they've turned out great. They've been state medalists. They've been a part of that. They've done a lot of good things for this program. Grant Allen, he will end the Allen dynasty. Last year we had 2 of the Andrew and Olivia graduate, and so Grant's now graduating. So the Allen clan will be moving out this year, and he's been kind of a jack of all trades. His freshman year, he really wanted to play snare with his brother and sister, but I needed him on bass drum. And then the next year, I think he wanted to move to tenors, but we had some people move or things got moved around, and he did bass drum again for me. And then his third year, he did tenors. His sophomore year and junior, he marched tenors for us. And then his senior year, we had some kids that were going to play snare end up moving. And I went to Grant. I said, Grant, I hate to split up you and Cambo's duo, but I really need you in this spot. And he didn't buck me on it. He didn't question it. He just said, yes, sir. So he's always kind of been my Swiss Army knife of a percussionist that I've been able to rely on. Next, we have Gavin Mitchell. He'll be graduating this year. Gavin is always the last to leave. He is always going to be the one that you get to spend the most quality time with after rehearsals, and so I will definitely miss him. I can remember he started out wanting to do tenors his freshman year, And the weight and gravity of just that, and the weight of the literal drums, I think was a big struggle. But he finally found his place in the front ensemble and helped us in 2023, along with Grant, be the first place percussion in the state of Texas at the 3A marching. So he's done a lot for this program as well as Grant has. And then we come to Richard. Richard King, he's been our section leader the last year or two, and he and I have definitely grown, myself as an educator and him as a student, learning what it means to be kind of more responsible and take on a leadership role. And it hasn't always been easy, but he has definitely grown into a very inspiring young man. So I'm excited to see what he does after he graduates. And then Jaden Platt. Now, I've got, that was terrible. And also, last but not least, Jaden Platt. Now, there are some other seniors. They could not be with us tonight to perform, but I'm going to end with Jaden here, and hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. Jaden is the only student I've had who we decided needed to repeat beginning band just to get caught up on a few things to make it all the way through the program. I've never had any. Usually when you tell a student that, like, hey, we want you to do beginning band again just for a few months, they usually quit, right? They give up, but not Jaden. He stuck with it, and he was also a part of the medalist group that went to state, a part of the percussion section that was first in 2023, and he's been super, super fantastic. He's probably the most chill percussionist I've ever dealt with. He comes and goes when he wants, and I just let it happen. Where's Jaden? He's in Vegas. Okay, cool. Well, all right, I guess we'll see him tomorrow. And so, yeah, he's a high roller. But anyways, I hope you guys, I've talked long enough. Thank you for coming tonight. I know you've got a busy week of concerts to attend. It means a lot to see people interested in watching this and the support. And I thank you for, especially to the parents, that you are allowing your student to stay a percussionist this long. For you middle school parents, once they get to high school, it's about 10 times the amount of required time. So just warning you now, but I do appreciate your efforts to make sure they can do what I ask of them. That goes a long way, because it's not just me who makes this percussion program successful. It's the parents, it's the admin, it's the supporting directors, it's everybody. So thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoy Power Struggle by our high school symphonic percussion. All right. Thank y'all for coming. Now the best part of the night when we get to load all the equipment. So thank y'all. I'll have them out to you shortly. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Drive safe.